join them.
Oh, shit. Yep. Sorry. Admit. Yay. Rat. Furt bottom. Furt bottom? Really? You went with that?
Uh-huh. Jeff told me I had to.
Oh, well, that's fair, I suppose.
For reasons, I guess.
Yeah. Tying in the lore.
For reasons and stuff. Whee.
This is some scintillating podcasting.
Oh yeah. Jeff, I said I'm nervous. I told Tom I'm nervous because it's a brand new system. And I don't know that I know
Music
everything.
down, put my mic
Although
up
it's
to my
very
face, podcast like a normal person.
Yeah, exactly right. Tip that way a little bit. That'll help.
So, how is everybody?
Pretty good.
I'm good. Yeah, same thing I was thinking this morning, that I, essentially created a descendant. And I don't know if we're going to die today. I would hate to kill that lore.
It's possible. Like, you only have 3 HP.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're a
Brute.
A brute? I was going to say a
Brute
rager.
gets 5, yeah.
But they also get to choose to, what was it? They can spend an extra strike to, like, they can
Deal an extra
use
damage,
their, yeah, they use their health as. Okay, choose a hero path. Alright. So.
I don't know if I did all of this correctly, but I did.
Yeah, I made mine right in the Google Drive so that anybody can look at my
Oh, cool.
sheet.
Saved it out as a.
Yeah.
I suppose I could have done that, huh?
Also, we ran out of paper here, so
Yeah.
it's a thing you do in a more digital age, even for a Luddite such as myself.
Are you a Luddite or a Deadite?
Maybe a little of both. I don't know what a Deadite is.
Have you not ever watched like Army of Darkness or?
Oh, it's been. I mean, I was probably a teenager the last time I saw Army of Darkness.
Oh my God, you need to watch that again.
I feel like I do. I feel like it should be on the rotation.
It absolutely should. That is probably one of my favorite campy, quote unquote, horror.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So, do I need anything other than?
Oh, can we have dice on the?
Yeah, you have dice in Owlbear. I mean, like, if you have like a 4d6. I have 6d6 sitting in front of me, but I also have a massive amount of d6s.
Yeah.
I should
I'm gonna
probably get some physical ones.
Rolling real dice today. Just because with all the crap I have to look at, it's easier for me just to reach over. And also, John,
Probably true.
may see me rolling randomly a d20.
Yeah?
And I will explain that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a couple physical dice. I will be over there.
Do that.
So I have my hero path and I have my species. I should probably pull up the drive.
I'm looking for the species in the book. I don't see the species in the book. Where is there? Species.
You're a species.
Suck my species, buddy.
Are you making a character real quick?
Yes, I'm making a character real quick right here now. I know he's got species listed somewhere, but I don't remember where it is.
Who's he?
DM Scotty, the writer of the game.
Your choices are human, dwarf, halfling, goblin, elf.
And what does that give me? Because it says it gives him bonuses.
If you're a human, you get an extra inclination, and the other ones get basically, except maybe halfling gets like a dim vision, and one other ability. It's after the classes or the paths.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you pick a path first, or at least it's in the book that way.
Yep, path, beastmaster. I'm looking at the book. Oh, here it is. Haha.
I have been spending a lot of time in those first 20 pages in the last few days, so. Only skimmed through the DM part for how to play stuff, not what you might face stuff, because I figured that is no fun to know what you're going up against in a new system.
Oh, so I wasn't supposed to read all that stuff?
It's fine, he'll kill you anyway.
Yeah.
The dice will kill you. And your choices.
Your bag is really fuzzy.
I know, you like that?
I don't know, it feels kind of awkward.
For those who haven't heard the story, I wanted a dice bag, and we were at the craft store, and I saw the furry stuff and was like, oh, well, my wife, who was going to make the dice bag for me, I was like, well, you obviously can't make it out of that stuff. And she's like, of course I can. I'm like, okay, then let's do it. And thus the furry dice bag was born. It's reversible, so you can have the fur on the inside or on the outside.
It's a household name.
You have a reversible bag. I
have more than one, I think. John's got a cool one.
I got a reversible one that's silver on the inside and like starry galaxy like on the outside. Inside, yes. Other side.
My wife made that one too.
One's inside, one's outside. It's like.
I think it's cool when you have the silver on the outside and you look in it.
And like a bag of holding type shit.
Yeah, you can see the stars on the inside. See if the roller is working. Cool.
Tough bastard. I just like the name of that.
Alright. Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, and then,
hello, everyone listening to the pre-show.
Yep.
We're getting everything ready here with our craziness.
You know what's funny, Genius? I picked Tough Bastard as well, and then Treasure Sense and Danger Sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the best ones.
Iron Will's probably pretty good too.
So I figured if as a delver, like I'm going with like an actual miner. Like I'm a delver. Like I love caves and shit. So I picked Danger Sense. You cannot be surprised and have a boon in avoiding traps. And then Treasure Sense because, you know, treasure in the dungeon. You have a nose for finding hidden treasure and will always sense it if it's nearby.
Yeah. Yeah, I went with kind of a full-on support, getting as much karma as possible, and being able to share it. So
Okay,
if you're doing some wicked damage and I've got tons of karma, I can help you crit out.
Nice. And we start with 3 karma. Is that what it
Yep.
is?
Start with 3 karma. Yep.
And 1 hero die.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question because I didn't really get to see much playtime.
Yes.
When we roll, are we allowed to know if we succeed or fail before we decide to use karma? Like if we roll a 3,
you'll know your target when you roll.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Good.
Like I will tell you what your target is.
Okay.
Sometimes that is just there, and sometimes that's created by the dice. But
Cool.
yeah, knowing your target is kind of huge.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like secret ACs or anything like that. It's you straight up know what you want to hit, and you can spend your karma to hit it. You can re-roll your ones if you want to. It's with the hero dice, obviously. But
Nice. And then the only other thing that I did see, and I didn't see it in the rules, but like one guy said it in the video, that auto crit beats an auto fail. So if you roll 2 dice and you get a 6 and a 1, the crit beats the fail.
Yeah.
it depends if you have a boon or a bane.
No, if you don't have a boon or a bane, like if you're rolling 2 dice.
Yep.
Well, that's the only times you roll 2
No,
dice.
every time you cast a spell, you can cast up to 3 dice.
no.
And I think there's other times, but yeah, if you roll 2 dice and it's not a boon or bane situation, you take the 6 over the 1. I believe.
Yep. I read that too because it says because of fun, like because you want to.
Wait, is it in there somewhere?
Probably.
I didn't see it, but there was all the text is written real casual like. So it's,
Yeah. It is very. I like that. So yeah. Yeah, if you roll, well, no, for magic, a 1 is always a failure. If you roll a 1, it is a failure, and you have 2 options. You can take Spellburn for the failure, or you can use a hero die to re-roll it.
Yeah.
But if you roll a 1 and a 6, the 6 is an auto crit. And
No,
I don't think that's with magic.
Magic doesn't work that way. Magic does not work that way. Magic is its own system.
So, can you give me another example that the guy would have been referring to of rolling 2 dice and it not being boon or bane?
There isn't one.
Okay, then when you roll boon or bane, if you roll a 6, then it automatically crits, even if
The
you
situation
roll a 1.
he's talking about doesn't exist in the game. as according to the rules written. It shouldn't. If we come across it, I mean, we can go with the auto crit because of fun, but I don't see a situation where that's going to exist.
That's interesting because I read that in the rules too. There's definitely something about a 6 beating a 1.
No.
So I'm just gonna start show. I'm gonna bypass music. We are at Kindred's Quest. Thank you everybody for joining. Because we're like balls deep into this conversation about what we're doing today.
Yeah.
This is easy D6. We are doing I mean, obviously you can see that we're 2 people down. We are 2 people down because they had things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which will happen. So yeah, easy D6. John brought this to our attention. Probably a couple months.
Attention by Professor Dungeon Master. I forget what his YouTube channel name is. I should look that up. Give him a shout out.
It's probably at Professor Dungeon Master.
No, it's the Dungeon Craft.
DM Craft, I think.
DM Craft. One of them is DM Scotty, who is the writer of the game, and the other one is Professor Dungeon Master. Old school role playing people that have distilled their gaming tables down to the fundamentals. Like gotten to using systems that really require very little rule lookup, very streamlined, simple to understand, simple to get to, simple character sheets. Don't require a lot of things. And when Professor Dungeon Master described this game, I'm like, I need to get that. I need to try that. So it's been a long time coming.
And I think you actually mentioned this to us first when we were looking at other options. Than D&D, because we brought up Pathfinder, and then you said, "Oh, there's some other ones out there," and I think you listed like 3 other ones that you wanted to try.
Oh yeah, there's another one I want to do. Like we're gonna have a bunch of, and what this is gonna amount to is these are expeditions to Galarian from TBD, looking for a solid place to shift to.
In a world devoid of Aranon.
Yeah. At some point, we'll get into maybe what caused the issue on the Sword Coast. What Ellie and Omen ended up doing or not doing that caused them to have to TBD, to have to actually flee the plane. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to find this rule you guys were talking about.
Okay.
So under the oh crap, I rolled a 1. It says rolling a 1 is always a failure. And the very next paragraph is I rolled a 6. Rolling a 6 is always a success.
Yep.
So, and then in the video and somewhere where in the text, I don't know where Tom found it, but I did not see it. It says a 6 beats a 1. And that's the guy in the video also said that.
See, I don't know where you'd have a situation where you'd have.
And when you roll,
and when you have a boon or a bane.
And you roll magic, you roll 3 dice, and a 6 beats a 1.
Magic system is
different. It doesn't. You can't use karma on a magic roll, but if you roll a 6, it beats a 1. There's nothing in there that says it doesn't. If you can find it, show me.
Well, I will find where's the magic, because I was looking at this and there's the one thing. Where is magic?
Magic starts, I think, on page 14.
All right.
I mean, it refers to rolling a 1, but that assumes you didn't also roll a 6, based on the other rules in the game.
So we should probably give a brief description as to what this actually is, huh? So in this system, there is no D20s. There's no D12s. There's no D10s. There's no anythings other than 6s, right?
Right.
You do not roll to hit. How do you explain it? You roll to hit, but it's only on a D6. We have 3 hit points, so it is very, very important to not get hit. So things are not going 50 damage, 20 damage, 10 damage. You're not getting those massive strikes. It's very much a more simplified version of a role-playing game. And the point of it is to have fun and not be a rules monger. So,
and here's your thing right here. Spellburn and personal sacrifice. Manipulating mystic energies is difficult and can be outright dangerous. A roll of a 1 when casting a spell means energies do not manifest.
Right. That's assuming you didn't crit, because a crit is an auto success. It doesn't count the 1. It's like the 1 didn't exist.
But spellburn roll
I get it.
1.
If you roll a 1 and a 5,
if you roll a 1 and a 6, you still need to resolve the fact that you rolled a 1.
I will turn this card right around.
You rolled a 1. When a roll of 1 when casting a spell, the energies do not manifest, and then you need to either spellburn.
Right, but it only counts as rolling a 1 if you didn't roll a 6. Otherwise, rolling a 1 is you didn't roll a 1 if you rolled a 6.
If you roll a 1 casting a spell, it fails. That's what it says.
Right.
Flat out.
But if you roll
6
something,
isn't an automatic success in Magic. Magic is
doesn't
a different
say that.
system.
It does not say that. It doesn't say that. It only says a rolling a 6 is always a success. Earlier in the rules.
I know, because then if you roll a 6 and a 1, then there's no danger in throwing the power level up to whatever. There's a consequence to using more magical power, and it is that you can roll more ones. And you either have to spellburn or hero die to make it go through.
Okay.
If you roll a 6 and a 1, you've rolled a 1 on casting magic. It does not manifest. It says nothing about a 6 offsetting that in the magic rules.
It says nothing saying that the magic rules follow a different rule, though. Then a 6 is always a success.
Magic and miracles are unlike other actions. Page 14, top of the page. Rules for spellcasting and calling on miracles are detailed here. Casting magic or calling on miracles is a mini-game that has a different set of rules than any other action.
Yeah, it must have been in the video that I saw, because I'm looking at the...
Yeah, that sounds
I
like
rolled a
someone...
1. Kick-ass, I rolled a 6, but there's nothing.
That sounds like someone didn't understand the rules. Because DM Scotty has videos that go straight through his magic casting and his miracles. Because if the chance of a 6 and the chance of a 1, they're equal regardless of how many dice you add to it. So there's no consequence for adding more dice. The numbers are the same.
I would say that in all of DM Scotty's videos, he always goes with rule of fun is better. So I would think that he would have, in the discrepancy here, it's more fun to roll a 6 than a 1.
Alquin points out that DM is always right.
That too.
I don't think that's in the rules. I didn't see that in the rules for this game. That's a D&D rule. That's fine. We can play it that way and deal with it later.
I'm gonna take my dice and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna hold my breath until.
Yeah, I can't hold my breath very long, so I don't win that contest.
Oh. If it ends up, I have a feeling this game's gonna be deadly as fuck anyway. So I may just make that ruling, but I don't read the rules as that. So because it's a different system.
So genius. What is your character? Who is your character?
So
Hi guys, we're fighting to begin today.
No, it's good. I'd rather fight in the pre-show than during.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is show.
And the funny thing is, this whole system is set up so that we don't fight like this.
Yeah. Yeah, my biggest consequence with Rules Light is it doesn't explain the corner cases or, even if this is a corner case.
I'm going to trust your DM in that case. And you know me.
All right.
Honestly.
My character is Royce Sistini. She's timid and humble about herself and her powers, but she does pack a punch when called upon. She bears the scars of an accident with fire across her chest and stomach, which causes both concern over uncontrolled flames and a reluctance to wear more revealing clothes or undressing in front of others. She is trained in conjuring elements of water, not completely believing the stories about her great-grandfather, but desperately wanting them to be true. She is essentially the third generation after a character that Ryan played on Friday nights with our
I saw that and I was
campaign.
wondering.
So
I was like, oh, that's
essentially we were on a different plane, but Ryan's character had a relationship with someone from the Ravnica plane, so figuring the next generation was kind of a planeswalking generation, and the generation after that ended up falling in love with someone from the Sword Coast, so she ended up being born on the Sword Coast. And that's kind of, wow. I'm leaving it intentionally loose because there could be all kinds of story involved in there.
That's epic, Jeff.
And I asked Ryan if I could do it before I posted it, so.
That is epic.
Nice.
Oh.
All right.
So really, she's kind of just more on a quest to prove herself or to gain confidence than really to like make a name for herself or anything like that yet.
Very cool. My character is Julius Furtbottom. Genius can explain why we chose Furtbottom, because I'm not necessarily in the know, but I am a halfling delver. I'm about a little under 3 feet, so like 2'10", about 40 pounds, and I look like a dirty miner. Like I have a miner helmet with a pickaxe, and I love adventuring from a small town. And just like adventure is my number one goal. Adventure, gold, treasures, having fun, very curious, always looking for new adventures, doesn't like to sit still, always asking questions, just very curious. Yeah. No scary backstory. Good family, comes from a long line of delvers, like father was a delver.
It's a long line of delvers.
Uh-huh.
Come from a long line of delvers.
And they've
that song.
They've been rich at points, they've been very poor at points, because they're not gamblers so to speak, but because they spend so much time and money and effort getting into these, searching for treasure and searching for stuff. They've found a lot of cool stuff, but then they've gone on long droughts to where they've lost all of their stuff because they haven't found anything.
Nice.
So,
A very grounded family.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Also, please chat, do not search dirty miner. That is not something you want to put into your Google search.
No.
Oh, and side note, I like to be called Baron Von Fruitbottom, because I think it's very classy, even though I look like a frickin' hobo in a mud pile.
Nice. All right.
We did not have any conversation about how we ended up working together. So
You were hired.
Or how long we've been working together, or if this is just us meeting each other for the first time.
This is just you meeting each other for the first time. You're responding to the Belching Dragons flyer on looking for brave adventurers for basically the whole flyer made it seem like this could be a one-way trip. It's kind of like Armageddon. Looking for the people that are willing to go for whatever reason. Now, whatever reason your characters chose to be willing to go, whether it's Royce, you heard that it's possibly plane shifting related, and whether that's family, like your family history stuff, doing that. Royce, the possibility of going somewhere where no man has gone before. Just that innate curiosity in you to see something you haven't seen. The reason you dig all the time anyways, looking for that crazy find, the next big find, the next big thing, has led you here. There is a whole team of people around. Ellie is talking. It's about a team of 15 or so, and you're part of this team. And Ellie is going through the breakdown. It's 3 groups of 5. You are with 2 other people, a human, female, named Curlin. Looks to be Ranger-esque, or Warden in this case, for easy D6. And then a stout dwarf. I don't know what his name is, though. We'll call him George. George the dwarf.
Sure, George works.
Everyone calls him George. His name is actually Jorge.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So
it's George with a J. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. George with a J. Everyone calls him George. He's succumbed to just being called George, although he speaks with like a Latin accent. Stout dwarf, dark hair, dark skin complected, heavy armor, carries a shield with him. He's also got a pack on his back, and you can see various things hanging from it, torches and this little pot of something hanging off the side. And he's got a knife on his hip and a sword, a short sword in his hand. His shield, he holds it. When he holds it, he's holding it. When he's not holding it, it hangs from the side of his backpack. There is also a gnome in like wizard robes, like conjurer robes, in your group of 5. Curlin seems to be the leader of this group, and Ellie's sending you guys through a portal one at a time in the back of the Belching Dragon. For you guys walking, it's the first time you've seen it. And Krellin just says to you guys, are you ready to go? This is your moment to bail if you want to bail.
Oh, no. No. I want to go.
Bail.
Let's go.
We both bail. What are we going to do today for our show?
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this 1 versus 6 again.
We have fun on the sword coast.
Yeah, I think Royce probably doesn't think about it too much. If she thinks about it too much, she might back out. So she's just gonna walk.
Just steps forward into the circle.
Yeah.
And Carolyn just kind of looks at her and nods as she steps past her. You put Furt Bottom. What's your first name?
Julius.
Julius.
Call him. I'm gonna call him Baron the whole time.
Baron.
Yeah.
All right, Baron.
Baron von Furt Bottom.
Baron and Royce. All right.
Yeah, so Julius Baron would be like, if they're in line, since I'm so short, I would be like jumping around, like peering around everybody, like, come on, what's the hold up? Like, let's get this shit rolling.
Or he's just like that. That's my ox. Let's go in the circle. And there's y'all get inside the circle, and there's a mage there in dark robes that is casting an incantation, and you feel like your belly button pulled from the inside of your stomach, and almost like you're being turned inside out, and the world goes hyperspace light around you for a few minutes.
That tickles.
And then the first thing you notice is thunder. There is a bolt whip crack of lightning, and a loud bit of thunder rolls.
All right, Golf Brooks.
On an island. The mage that came with you, the gnomish mage that came with you, is halfway inside a nearby wall, stone wall, eyes glazed over, completely still. And Carlin walks up to her and is poking at her. All right, there's 4 of us now. You look around, the sea is broken by several large, sharp juts of stone sticking out 30 to 40 feet in the air. It is roiling and spinning around as almost like a what am I trying to think of? Like water going down your...
Like a whirlpool? Tornado?
Yeah, thank you, whirlpool. Whirlpool, thank you. Why did you think a whirlpool was beyond me? Rolling past the one edge of the rock formation you're standing on, and you're estimating this whole thing maybe 400 to 500 yards wide, as many of these are, just kind of sitting here in this whirlpool, and they form a general circle, and there is but this whirlpool is just spinning around in the middle of that general circle, and it's lesser on the outside, but the rain is pelting your face. Occasional flashes of lightning reveal rough waters. You can see parts of ships broken on some of these islands and stacked up on some of them. There is a path that winds off to the right, kind of in between two rocks. There's like it starts off in like maybe a 3 or 4 foot wall on the right hand side and kind of gets up higher and ends up being thicker as like a path was carved into the stone in that direction.
I would like to activate a mystic barrier. It's the first ability that Conjurer has. I can shield myself with magic until it absorbs a hit or I fall unconscious.
Okay.
So I will, using the elemental power of the water, I will grab the rain and start having it spin around me in a sphere, like a bubble that of protection.
Okay.
So
roll a d6 to cast your magic.
This isn't a spell.
What isn't a spell?
No, it's just as an action you can shield yourself.
Oh hell. Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know that there's any succeed or fail on that one. And it doesn't have it. And that was the funny thing is you said it right in the thing. It doesn't have a duration, so you just have it up all the time.
Yeah.
Just in combat, it costs you an action.
Okay, cool.
So
it absorbs the strike if you take one, and then it's gone.
And then it's gone. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So you put this up as you start walking in on the island. Curlin looks at Jorge and says, "Jorge, do you want to take a last look at her? I don't know that there's anything we can do there." And he walks over and he pulls his knife out, and right where her arm is in the stone, he starts cutting a little bit into her flesh and peels back in. You see that there is stone there where he peels away, the stone keeps going. So there's only half of her there, but it's being held up by the stone.
Ooh, what's that? I'm just sitting there peering over the knife.
That's
Why'd you do that? What's going on?
I wanted to see if she's inside the stone.
Oh.
Look. And he does this, and you see some blood. As fast as the blood is pouring out, there's rain beating on it, and you clearly see the stone with a little bit of flesh, and you can see some muscle fiber there, also hanging out of the stone.
Oh, that's really gross.
We could get her down, but it would be a mess.
I'm gonna lift my finger and kind of poke at it.
Where you poke at the stone where that fiber was, it kind of crumbles a little bit away and falls to the ground.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
She's one with the stone now.
I've heard of monks that do this. Not like this though.
I would have known that she probably had some scrolls or some other magical stuff. Is it likely that that's inside the stone?
Yes, that would have been in her backpack.
Yeah, not gonna dig for it, even with a delver.
Even with a delver. Heading, Curlin looks and says, "All right, well, we have 4 now, so I'll take the lead." Yes.
Can I help?
If you want to lead, yes, you can lead.
And I'll just walk. I'll be walking right next to them, almost like I'm a dog walks right next to their owner.
Okay.
Shoulder to leg.
Shoulder to leg. Okay. What race are you again?
I'm a halfling.
Speechless. Okay. Perfect.
I'm a halfling.
Perfect.
Sure.
As you're walking along, what was just a little valley in the rock slowly becomes a cave, and it gets very dark. ahead of you. And without saying anything to anyone, Jorge pulls out torches and a flint and steel and starts up torches and just starts handing them to you guys.
I'm gonna run to the front of the cave. Just because I'm
Somebody
really
gave me
excited.
fire! You've seen that video. Little girl play with a sparkler, drawing stuff in the air, and then some little boy with a sparkler goes running by. Somebody gave me fire!
I have not seen that.
Oh my god, it's amazing. I'll post it to the Discord. Moving forward into the cave, it darkens out. It darkens ahead of you. Coming into vision as you are walking is a skeleton. Well, is it a skeleton? As you get closer, there's fleshy bits to this. But there's clearly a spear sticking into him that has him lodged in the wall behind him. And he does not seem to be moving.
I'm gonna go poke him.
Where you poke him, it kind of shimmies a little bit, and there's like a rattle of bones.
Sounds like a rattle.
As you're standing there looking at him, you poke him. You notice there's like doorway behind him, but where a handle typically is for a door to push or pull, there's a body there. Best guess, the spear is like crammed into the door jamb or something, and that's how it's holding him upright.
I'm gonna jump up and down and point out the door. Guys,
yeah.
Look it. I need help.
Okay. Did you look for traps?
You have some trap sense or something, right?
Yep, I do. I have danger sense.
All right, go ahead and make a check for traps. It gives you a boon on these, right? So you roll 2d6 and take the higher.
Okay, so my first one is a 1. My second one is a 3.
Your second one is a 3. Okay, that's.
And I don't think it was a boon. I thought it was. Was it a boon or was it just an extra?
Wait, did you have trap?
You should know the number. It was
the
3. Yeah.
Trap finder or danger sense?
You cannot be surprised and have a boon in avoiding traps.
In
avoiding traps.
Yeah. Okay,
so I just get the 1 dice then. And,
just the 1 dice.
I failed.
Well, you needed to hit a 3.
All right.
I got a 1.
You're looking for a trap. You got a 1.
Yep.
Which means you get a karma because you failed.
Yeah, you get a karma because you failed, or you can spend karma to make that a 3, and 2 karma to make it a 3.
I don't think you can use karma on a 1. You can only use hero dice on a 1.
Yeah.
It's under the what can you not use karma on, I think.
Yeah, you cannot use karma on magic or miracles.
Or
Are we gonna have another fight?
Oh no, add karma
No,
to any roll. Add karma to any roll besides 1. You're right.
okay.
So you can hero die to.
No, I think he wants to find out what happens when there's a trap. I'm pretty sure that was his.
Yeah,
He wants to use his danger sense.
Yeah.
All right. All right. You said there's no traps then?
no traps. It's fine, guys.
All right.
The trap was over his head.
Curlin walks up and she grabs that spear. And she pulls on it, and it doesn't come right away. And after a minute of wiggling it, just a little bit, it pops.
We're gonna lose him. We're losing him, folks.
I'm going for all the innuendo metaphors. 2 things happen. The skeleton zombie thing, its eyes glow blue in the moment that the spear is released from its ribcage. The second thing that happens is a bunch of rocks from above fall, and I need a miraculous save from Baron and from
Curlin.
And from Curlin, yes.
Okay, so does this count as his danger sense having a boon in avoiding a trap?
Yes, this counts as a boon in avoiding a trap. You need a 4 to get away from this.
4. 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4? Excellent. So you jump out of the way, and Curlin jumps back as these rocks come crashing down from above, and the zombie skeleton thing is flattened underneath these rocks.
Oh, I wonder why that happened.
The hand reaches out for you once and whiffs and collapses to the ground. You see a door in front. It seems to be loose around its moorings. It's pushed in a little bit from the rocks. Drop you dudes on the map then.
Yay.
What do I get? What do I need here? Oh, it's characters, props, maps. Characters, that's it. Let's see. Where is... Is there a ranger token? I don't know that there's a ranger token, is there?
There should be. They're not in order. They're in a weird order. So ranger might be one of the first ones. I think there's a bow or a crossbow or something, maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm not seeing it. I see the druid one.
It scrolls side to side.
I just put it on.
Look at that. There's one.
Thank you. So you guys are over here. Let's see. I need my hand tool. Select it.
Need your hand tool.
Yeah. Actually, let's put you right here because the trap fell where you can see. These 2 white lines down there are the door. So.
I don't know what I should be. I'm gonna be the...
What are you, a delver?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna be that gear-looking thing, the artificer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, we're down there. Okay.
Yep.
And the other guy's, I'm assuming, a warrior?
He's a warrior. You can put a shield or something. No, because he has a shield.
There's a barbarian. Okay.
There's a shield icon token thing. Okay, why is your name on top and
Because the name on top is because he's controlling it, not as soon as he clicks off.
Got it. Got it.
I can change names if you want to go story.
Okay. Did you get a token out there for Jorge? That's what we need. So that door is sitting just in front of you, and darkness beyond. And there's a pile of rocks to climb over to get into the door.
I'm definitely scrambling over that pile of rocks.
Scramble over the pile of rocks. Push on the door swings open. The spear seemed to be the thing holding it there. You notice on the back side of it that there was like this bar contraption that seemed to be holding up the rocks above, that when the door shifted, it moved out and those rocks fell. And now that you're on this side of it.
Nice.
Peering back, let's delete this fog here. How do I delete the fog? Again. Fog. Delete. There we go. Peering back, you see at the very end of this long room ahead, it soars off into darkness, but there are like pews, like a church here. And all along the walls, as you walk forward, there's iconography of the sea. Like this is some sort of church to a sea god or something. Very clearly not based on your initial impression of the roaring sea and the very little land to stand on. You're getting an idea that this is probably not a place that TBD is going to be wanting to settle down. It's very clear in the beginning. Looking at this seems to be like the first civilized place that you've seen on this island. So you're curious. Curlin is definitely let's move forward to at least explore this out. Maybe we can bring something back that would be worthwhile. Stepping into this room further, in the pews, oops, I'm drawing, thank you. In some of the pews near the front, as your torches reach them, there are skeletons sitting there with, the one's got a tricorn hat on, and one's got a bandana wrapped around the skull, and they're sitting there kind of sloppily, half-assed off to the side. They don't move as you approach. That's good spaces for them. Actually, let's move them just a little bit because there's an altar up there too.
Yeah, I would definitely I'd be a little leery, but I'm very curious. So I'm going to go up to the one on the left, or I'm going to approach the one on the left.
Okay. Do you do anything to it?
Yeah, I'm going to poke him.
You gonna poke him?
I have my pickaxe out, and I'm just going to kind of, with the pointy part of the pickaxe, I'm going to poke him on the top of the head, kind of like tink, 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 tink.
This one's got the tricorn hat on, so you kind of poke at it, and it's solid underneath that hat. And it shifts forward and kind of moves and stands up and turns and looks at you. And reaches and draws a sword out. So, we are entering combat. Who would you like to go first? Question. The players go first, and then the enemies go. And then you guys get to choose what order you go in.
I vote for Jorge.
Yeah, I'm down with Jorge. I'm down with
Jorge.
I'm down with the George with the J.
George with the J. You down with George with J? Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
May.
you know me.
You're gonna say May.
It's gonna rhyme.
Gotta rhyme, dude. May. You are white. Yes, I am. Bunch of white boys rapping on a D&D podcast.
It doesn't get whiter than that.
I don't know that it does. All right, so Jorge can move 30 feet. He gets a move action of 30 feet, a action, and a free action. His free action is going to ready his weapons. See, shield, sword. And then he is going to, where is he? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to get there, and he is going to strike at the skeleton. Oh, I need to forget what their 2-hit is. I believe it's a 3. What page are they on? 60? 59. 59! So yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's a 2-hit of 3. So he strikes. Yeah, he's straight striking. And it's a 6. So that is a crit. So what happens when you roll a crit is you get to roll again and possibly deal another strike of damage. And that's a 6. You keep going.
So one of the rules to this game is you keep rolling 6s until you can no longer roll 6s, correct?
Well, you can choose to stop at any point.
Yeah, I mean, but if you kept rolling 6s, you would be able to just keep rolling, right?
Unless you rolled a 1, then you're because it's confirming a crit. If you roll a 1, then you don't get that last one, I think is what it is. You
Mhm.
get everything up until that point? Or is it...
I don't think I can't imagine that if you rolled like 4 6s in a row and then you rolled a 1, that the whole thing would be wiped out. That wouldn't necessarily make sense.
I think that's it, because you have the choice. And if you have your hero die, sure, why not? But if you don't have your hero die, maybe you just stop at 4. Like he is going to right
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so when you confirm the crit, that
Yes.
means rolling a second 6?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Confirming the crit means, okay, you've critical. He's got the rules for it in here, and I'll have to read them
So,
again.
so if you roll a crit, you still, in order to confirm the crit, you have to crit again, or just you have to succeed on the
You
second?
just have to succeed on a second roll.
Okay. And then, but if you do roll another 6, then you could go for a
You can
third.
go even higher if you want. Yeah. Rolling a 6 in combat is a crit, has the potential of causing more strikes of damage. Continue rolling 1 die for every consecutive 6 rolled to inflict another strike. This is called confirming the crit. Karma can also be used to boost rolls to 6s. Keep rolling until either you do not roll a 6 or run out of karma. With enough luck or karma, you could kill anything. Beware, enemies can also inflict crits. Confirmed crits use permanent unused strikes to be carried over to other targets.
Yeah. But you can't move at that point.
Yeah, it's got to be within range.
Yep. So, yeah, it doesn't say.
All right.
Yeah. So you keep going until you do that, or you do not roll a 6 or run out of karma. So he's on 4. Well, you keep going. See, now that's a 1. Now there's the freaking rules. Well, here's his hero die. There's a 3, which confirms. So he's done 4 strikes of damage to the skeleton. He runs up with his short sword, and it's like just a flurry of blade and bone chips flying everywhere as this skeleton just it draws its sword on you, and it's kind of like Jorge comes to like, no.
So it's Blinken and Robin Hood Men in Tights attacking the tree or the post.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, when the skeleton dies with an enemy within its presence, it gets a free attack on an enemy. So it is going to, its hand is on the floor and goes to attack you.
Yeah, and you're short enough, it's going to hit you in the face.
Now, so it rolled a 2 to attack you, which misses. A 3 will hit you, and then you get a chance to use your armor to resist the strike.
Okay.
That's how that works. So in this case, say that had been a 3
Mhm.
and a successful hit, then you roll an armor save based on what type of armor you have. What type of armor do you have?
I have medium armor.
Medium armor. So what a medium armor is you need a 5 or a 6 on the die to resist the strike. So had he saved, go ahead and roll a die. And I believe you can use your karma on your
Yeah, I
armor
think
roll?
it's for everything.
As long as you don't roll a 1.
Yep. The hero takes a strike. If they fail, yeah. Remember that karma can be used to boost save rolls. So, a nice thing is villains and enemies don't have these. Cool. So, he comes up, he ends up in a million pieces. As he goes down, he swings at you and misses.
I'm too short.
Who's going next? He moved, he drew his weapons, and he did an attack action.
Up to you, Baron, but I'd be okay going next.
Yeah, you're ranged magic, right?
Yeah. All right.
Do some
My
magic.
inspiration for a lot of this was the things that we did in our old campaign with our elements. So Royce is going to essentially cast like icicle or ice, the equivalent of ice knife, but without the explosion, and make an attack, kind of pulling the cold moisture out of the air and forming it into an icy dagger type shape and sending it towards the other one.
All right.
So it has to do some kind of a saving thing first.
Yes. For magic. And you're doing a fairly basic tossing
Yeah.
ice. So its resistance. Where's the character? Because I guess make sure it doesn't have any special resistance. My bad. I should keep this open. It does, but this is not one of them. Okay, so you're sending this ice at it, so its resistance should be 1 die.
Yeah, 1d6.
3 is your number. You got to hit. So you get to choose your power level now.
All right. Let's go with 2.
Okay,
And
so
I'm gonna attempt to roll on the dice roller in the Owlbear Rodeo. So here they come. It's a 1 and a 3.
A 1 and a 3. Now, because there is a 1 there.
I am going to accept the failure because one of my chosen attributes, or whatever they're called, is victory and failure.
You get extra karma when you fail?
I get 2 karma every time I fail.
Oh, hell.
Victory and failure, you gain 2 karma for every failed roll. So I will take the 2 karma.
Nice.
And be happy with having now 5 karma in my pool.
Karma. Now, at any point when you have 5 karma, if you would like to switch them for a hero die, you can.
Yeah, because I also have inspiring, meaning I can give them. I think I'll just sit here on the 5 for now.
And you have a hero die right now, so
I have a hero die. Correct.
Like the rules for it seem like at any point you can just change your karma in for a hero die. So when you need it, why would you?
Yeah. So
especially if you can dole it out.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Baron, do you want to go or do you want Curlin to go?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Unless we have a different idea, but I would be.
The other one hasn't done anything yet, right? Like it's still sitting there?
It stood up. When the one stood up, they both stood up, but it's like looking around and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Definitely does not look like a friend.
Yep. I'm gonna run over to this one and swing pickaxe overhead like you're throwing an axe. And
so
you barely hit him at the kneecap.
Pretty much.
Go around and you attack him. Okay, to hit him is a 3.
5.
So you rolled a 5?
Nice.
Okay. Excellent. You hit him for 1 strike. He falls. And as he falls, because he fell apart and falls, he gets a strike or 1 attempt to strike you.
Nice.
Which is a 3, which will hit. So you have armor resistance.
Hey, come on, baby.
Is it a 1? A 1. You want to use turn to
I would like to use my hero dice, please.
Okay, yeah, use your hero die.
That's just basically a reroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
3.
All right.
You need a 5. So you can use
5.
You can use your karma.
You can spend 2 karma and ignore the strike, or you can take the strike. If you take the strike, you end up getting a karma point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna take the strike.
So you're gonna take the strike and go down to 2 strikes. Remember, 3 strikes, you're out. Which I figured is why he probably calls them strikes.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know what game that brute is playing, but everybody else is playing baseball.
Yes. Playing cricket or something. I don't know. What are the rules to cricket?
Yeah,
Nobody knows the rules to cricket.
Nobody knows the ruls to cricket.
Now we're going to get hate in the chat.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, because nobody knows what
I don't
cricket
think
is.
Alquin watches cricket. I think we're safe. Unless we have, like, who is it? Monkey Bananas is over in Europe somewhere.
He seems like somebody that would watch cricket.
He'd know
cricket watching bastard.
Yep.
So,
Skeleton. Standing right there in front of you. Oh, wait, no, Curlin goes. Curlin.
So it gets to attack whether or not it dies. That wasn't the when it dies thing.
Oh yeah, that was when it dies thing. Yes. Never mind. Yes, it gets to attack when it dies. That's
okay.
It's parts continue fighting. Free
Okay.
attack if destroyed near an enemy.
Okay, if it's not dead, then see if curling kills it, in which case we just played it in the wrong order.
Yes. It is dead. It is dead. It is
Oh,
gone.
it is dead. Okay.
It is
cool.
dead. They have one strike. So
Okay. Jorge kind of overkilled it.
yeah, Jorge really kind of did a number on it.
Yeah, we know what kind of person Jorge is now.
And part of this is me wanting to be careful because there's some creatures in here that I'm like, kill someone quickly, easily. So, and I don't know if it's that easy. I'm just trying to get my head around the game, which is working. So, this skeleton's dead. There are no more threats in the room.
I'm going to look through the skeleton bones for anything.
There's a
Alright.
bandana. There is a short sword, kind of eaten up a little bit. A little like not well tended to. Anything you find is not well tended to. There's a compass on there that seems to, like, when you open it up and look at it, is going like this. Like the magnetic north is swirling like the water outside.
I'm going to take that and throw it at, I'll throw it at Genius, at Royce. Be like, hey, look at this. This is cool. And then I'm going to take the bandana and kind of put it in my back pocket like a cool rock star. And then
Yep.
the pointy
Nice.
hat, I'm going to stick over my Delver's helmet.
So you have like this hard hat on with a light on it with a.
Uh-huh.
And the bandana out of your pocket, Baron von Springsteen.
Uh-huh.
Baron von Springs.
There's a title.
We said, yeah, no shit, right? That is a title if I've heard one. As you are looking at these skeletons, Baron, you feel a breeze come from off the altar somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would be searching the room starting from the back end.
Starting from the back end, there's a lot of pews here. The interesting thing is there's like, it looks like there were regular fights in this room, which strikes you as odd for a church. But there are nicks and stuff in all the pews, and you find actually go ahead and make a search check, an investigation check for it.
Which is a D6. I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. Do you want to
Oh,
use your
man.
hero die?
No, I get 2 karmas for that.
Oh, excellent. Of course you don't want to roll a 1. Awesome. And
I am channeling the negative.
we are playing this online, but in person, I have a bunch of little glass tokens that I throw in the middle of the table as karma. And like that tactile feel of grabbing karma and stuff, and then like you'd have your hit points sitting in little red glass beads in front of you.
Nice.
You kind of look and go, oh crap.
Kind of like
There's a
playing
lot of
Magic.
help here. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of moving little pieces around. So you have 7 karma now? Is that where you're
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. That seems busted as hell.
Uh-huh.
It'll be fun. Looking around the room though, yeah, you find a lot of aspects or damage from fighting, stuff like that. And you notice at about the same time Baron does that there's this breeze coming from behind the altar down into this room that seems to be escaping out the opposite side.
I would also be, because I'm short, I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to look at the top of the altar. So I'd ask Jorge to lift me up and put me on top of the altar so I could see what's up there.
The halfling asks the dwarf for a boost.
Yep.
All they need is a trench coat. And Jorge like literally shoulder rides you. He picks you up and puts you on his shoulders, so you can see up there. And looking up there, there's a silver bowl, and there's like a flask of some kind up there, like it's got a cork on the top of it.
I would grab both and jump down from Jorge's shoulders.
Okay, I thought you wanted to ride, but it's good. What'd you find?
No, I found. Look at this. I'm gonna hold up the silver bowl. You think this is worth something? I would put it in my.
Bowl. It's worth something.
But it's silver. It's silver.
You can eat out of it. You get the idea that Jorge's not really about wealth and riches and like he's the anti Julius, like he's the anti Baron. Like he's like, oh, okay.
He's in it for the fight.
So I'm gonna put the bowl in my backpack, and then I'm going to.
Where's he in the bottle?
I don't know. Who
Open
can
that
look?
up.
Who can tell?
Did Ellie give us direction on what we can and can't do with taking things or anything? I mean, obviously this seems abandoned, so it shouldn't matter, but
Yeah. She is giving Curlin specific orders on what to touch, and Curlin's just observing you guys as she's sitting there. She's looking around mildly herself, but keeping an eye on you guys out of the corner of the eye. You get the feeling that she's actually possibly judging you guys for future missions as well, and that you may have been sent here with her knowing that this is probably the least hospitable spot for EBD.
I would hand the potion to Royce and be like, and I would say, "Your magic, you can tell. What is this? Your magic, figure it out."
Pull the cork, man. Smell it. It may be alcohol.
Oh, alcohol. So I'm gonna take it back and pop the cork.
Here, check this out. Oh wait, it may be alcohol. You pop the cork, you take a whiff, and that's rum, man. That's spiced rum. It smells great.
I'm gonna say it's rum. I'm gonna take a hit, and I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass the non-Dutchy.
Pass the non-Dutchy on the left hand.
pass the rummy.
Right. Jorge takes it and he's like, "Yeah, sí, señor." He takes a bowl. Oh, he holds it. Jefe? Holds it out to Curlin and just like, Royce?
Royce would probably take it and not really drink from it, but just get enough to like taste it on her lips, but not like make it look like she took a drink, but not.
Yeah.
So she's
Exactly. Close mouth it.
a lot more concerned about where we are than apparently Baron and Jorge are.
Do you take another drink, Baron, as the bottle comes back to you?
And no, I'll put the cork on it and put it in my backpack.
Yes, it's a victory dance, senor.
Yeah, I like that. It's fun.
All right, I'll see if I can figure out where this air is coming from.
This is our victory dance. When we win, we don't light this until the fat lady sings. Fat lady. I love that movie. Scene too. All right. So getting up there, Royce, you notice there's actually a door back there it's well hidden. You don't realize it until you actually get up on the altar that you can see it's like blended in with the wall. And when you catch it at the right angle, you realize there's an opening there into another room.
I would look for traps for sure.
There is no physical door.
Oh, okay.
It's just an opening that leads into a back room, warehouse style room with tons of boxes and crates and other items. There is like webbing on these that is rather thicker than most spiders you're used to seeing. Most spiders you see around are maybe that big at most, size of front part of your boot or something. You've heard of giant spiders from several people.
Otherwise, is the room dusty, or does it look like it's
dusty, old?
But the webs look fresh-ish.
Fresher than there are webs laid over the dusty boxes. Like something may have taken up residence recently.
All right. Yeah, I will call over the rest of the crew.
All right. And they all flow in behind you. Careful of the web.
Look at the webs.
Careful of the web. Yeah, be careful of that, Curlin says. It can bring unwanted attention, shall we say.
What do you mean? Like if I if I tap it, a spider's gonna come?
Yeah.
Can I tap it?
And do you tap it?
No. I just ask. I'm kind of like, yes, I want to. I don't get.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's the button that'll destroy everything.
Oof.
Baron is
All
Groot.
right. Does there look like there's anything that we can get to without disturbing the webs, or is it kind of a? If you go for a box, you're gonna.
Yeah, make a search of it or an investigation of it as you're looking.
4.
4? Yeah. There are a couple of boxes that you think you could actually slide out from underneath the webbing. The webbing kind of straddles across it.
Okay.
Would I have a better chance because I'm so short and small?
To do what?
To kind of
to get to the ones.
To get to the ones in the back.
Yeah, I'll point it out, and I'll send you to get it. Then I'll be like, "Hey, Baron, I think you can get to that one."
Yeah. You get to you can get the 2 out that Royce saw, and there's a third one back there that you can actually get under there and grab. But in order to do so, you're climbing underneath the webbing.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to roll anything but a 1 on a d6.
Ooh,
I'm choosing a
but
different dice. Different dice. I've had too many 1s on the first dice. 4.
4. Yeah, you get under there, you grab this one, and you actually weasel it out really. Like, Carolyn holds her breath at one moment because she sees you under there. She's like, eh. Oh, okay. And you get out there and you weasel it. You got these 3 crates in front of you. They're like nailed shut with these spikes. Like nails. Like
Alright.
with nails.
Since there's 3 of them, can I take one? And I don't really have much for prying, but can I
have a small
use
hammer.
magic to open it? Like put the water pressure from the box to kind of like pop the top.
Absolutely. It's like a 2. You need a 2 to do this.
Okay.
You've done stuff like this before.
I mean, I don't want to keep rolling because every time I roll, if I fail, it's a 5. I was gonna say I keep getting stuff. So pop the top.
You walk up to one of the crates you have it in front of you, and you just kind of run your fingers along that edge, and there's like water that seeps out of your fingers there, and it suddenly just expands into this chunk of ice, and there's an audible pop as the cover pops.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Baron, you said you had a hammer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you start prying at one with a hammer. Go ahead and roll anything but a 1.
2.
2, excellent. So you're prying up on it and you're popping in. You're struggling. You're making a mess of this cover with the 2, but the cover does eventually come off. Both of you, as you lift it up and you look inside, there's a bunch of hay in there. It's a lot like the Fragile scene of A Christmas Story. There's just a lot of hay, and as you're digging in it, you eventually get down there is, like silverware, like plate sets and knives and forks that are like silver and gold inlaid and very finely worked precious metal craftsmanship items. And Krillin looks at it and is like, oh, if we can get that out of here, that's gonna be worth some money.
I'm gonna set my backpack down, take out the silver bowl, and start putting the silverware in.
Start putting the silverware in. Start putting. Do you pack? How full do you pack your backpack?
I would say I'd probably do halfway because I don't know what else is going to be. Okay. Like, I'm excited, so it's like, oh, what else is here?
I was kind of looking like I was going to give you 3 options, and I was going to say, do you pack it with some? Halfway is a good description. Do you pack it all the way, or do you pack it with like probably more than it can hold?
Halfway.
Halfway? Okay, that works. Do you do anything with any of the stuff, Royce?
I'd look at the whatever the nicest looking pieces are, because I'm not going to be carrying a lot of stuff around, to just grab a couple of things.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever either the most decorative or the most gold or most, whatever I can judge as most valuable.
Okay. Yeah, you grab, I don't know, How many items? Roll a d6. How many items do you grab that are with that? Let's see. Actually, 2d6. Do two.
A 3 and a 4.
A 4. Okay, yeah, you grab 7 different items out of there. That seem
one place setting.
Yeah, one place setting out of there.
Right.
Jorge walks over.
Fork, salad fork, soup spoon.
Jorge walks over to and Julius's crate and Baron's crate. Looks down in there, and he looks and he reaches into just the fluff and stuff of nowhere where you can see, and he's just feeling around for a little bit. And he pulls out a butcher's knife. Yeah. Slides that in his belt.
Nice.
And then just kind of looks at Curlin. Curlin's like, we can pick up stuff on the way out too. We need to.
Yeah. Did we open the third crate, or it would have been the same stuff?
Curlin she's like, we'll get stuff on the way out, guys. She puts her hand on that third crate as she's saying that, so we can grab stuff on the way out.
All right.
Fine.
Who knows?
So I'm gonna dump my bag back upside down and take out and put it back in the box.
Perfect.
Did you dump it into the hay or onto the ground?
No, into the box.
Into the box, but it's still metal on metal. It's gonna make a bit of a racket as you put it out. Do you grab the silver bowl and put it back in the bag then?
Yep.
How's everything going? Nope, that one's mine.
Royce is gonna look at Curlin and roll eyes.
And you get this idea that she's worked with halflings before. Like, yeah, yep. On the far side of the room, you see a not spider-webbed but cobwebbed tunnel that has like some air blowing, and you can see the cobwebs just gently wafting into the room.
Can we get to it without disturbing the webs, or it's going to be
Yep.
Okay.
There's all the webs are all kind of on the back side of the wall.
Okay, good. Yeah,
almost as if whatever created them was sentient enough to try and protect the treasure.
That's weird.
Yeah. So you look in the back end of the room, this is the hallway. It's still dark, the torches are still absolutely necessary. Side note, Jorge had thrown his torch down, and he went back and picked it up after fighting. He was fighting he's got dim. Yeah, he's got tunnel sight, so he doesn't really need the torch, but he's kind of picking it up to, if he needs to explain anything. Hey, look.
Yeah.
He's used to working with people that are blind in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Who's leading? Moving forward here.
I would.
Baron,
I'll lead.
Yeah.
I am used to adventures and caves.
We're in your element.
Are you doing anything as you move forward through the tunnel?
I'm walking.
Okay.
That wasn't the right answer.
I need, as there's a click on a floor tile you step on. I even gave you the moment. It's okay. You have a boon in this.
See, so my
in
character.
my head, it's automatic. In my head, like, are you doing anything while you're walking? Yes, obviously, I'm checking for traps.
No, I know.
Tom doesn't have that voice.
No, I have the cue. My character because
Baron von Furtbottom doesn't have that cue.
Yes, because my character is used to being able to jump out of the way and avoid them.
Take a karma
Okay,
point.
that makes sense.
Take a karma point for playing character.
You are the Furtbottom.
As you're walking along, there is a click, and I need you to make a save as these darts come racing down towards you. Actually, and as this goes, we'll figure out if anyone else needs to make a save to avoid it.
What do I need to avoid it?
3.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay, so you jump off to the side, and now Jorge needs to make a 3. He's got a 4. And Jorge actually, he jumps off to the side. We'll need Royce to make a 3. But
All right.
Jorge's watching this closely as it's happening too.
All right, I will just regular roll then. It is a 5.
It is a 5. You jump out of the way, and that arrow hits the crate and severs one of the webs
Yeah.
and the whole webbing goes, "Drum," and we'll stop right there because it's 10 to 10. And we'll continue with the next time. There's extra characters here now if someone wants to jump in. If we have a different set of people, like Rick to take Curlin or Jorge or Ryan to take one of those and play them. So when we're missing someone, we can continue these expedition adventures. We'll
And
play
if I'm
them
not here, Ryan could easily play Royce. He's done that
Exactly.
the water element before. So
Exactly. So we have options for continuing when people aren't here to play in this system. Each one of these expeditions may be in a different system. So I would like to try Cairn, which is, you can look at Cairn, I think it's cairnrpg.com, CAIRN. And that one is a kind of an OSR feel to it, but that has, you have 3 different stats, and it's a D20 roll below what your stat is. So if you have a 12 strength, any strength check you make, you roll a D20, you want to be below a 12. And that's a success. The really cool thing about Cairn is their magic system, which you don't have spell slots. Much like this, you don't have spell slots in this. There's a magic system that's just dice rolling combat. But anytime you cast a spell, you take a point of fatigue. And what fatigue is fatigue is actually an item that you put in your inventory. And you have 10 inventory slots. So spellcasters carry a spell book for the spell they want to use and leave the rest of their inventory open for fatigue to be able to cast their spells. And maybe you'll have 2-3 spell books. It's a whole different system that's actually very cool that I was looking at. But we will continue this one with easy D6, and we'll probably do a few more easy D6s because I like it.
I mean, the fact that you sent this to us on what, like Tuesday or Wednesday, and we had fully fleshed characters with backstories and able to play without ever having known of this system means it actually is pretty easy.
Yeah.
To play. So.
And there wasn't a lot of, I mean, like, we did some rules lookup and we had some rules discussion. We didn't come across the 6-in-1
discussion
situation. And I'm not opposed to playing it the way you suggested, Jeff. I want to start with the way that I'm interpreting it. If it seems too harsh, then we can do that.
We killed the other wizard off, or the other conjurer off, so it's just me. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd be more afraid as the DM of having me succeed or fail, because I'm up to 7 karma points already without really doing a whole lot.
Honestly, I think we'll play it the way I'm interpreting it, because you have 7 karma points and a hero die yet.
Yeah.
So it's like you have two opportunities to get out of that.
Well, and that's kind of
harsh, but the system is so forgiving.
Yeah.
With the karma and the hero dice to do it. Yeah. And so
and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, normally in D&D there's no penalty for failing on just a random check. So it's like when you say, "Oh, I'd like to search the room," and you make me roll, it's like, well, if I fail, I get 2 karma. So I'm almost like, I'm motivated to make extra rolls just because, which is really going to make it interesting later when I'm like, you rolled a 2, I'm going to add 4. Oh, you rolled another 2, I'm going to add 4.
Yep.
Oh, we exploded this like 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. But when you start fighting stuff like, okay, so what you fought tonight had 1 strike each.
Yeah.
Like when you start fighting stuff where they have strike counts of 12 and 6 and 3 and 7 and they have 4 attacks. It's like, you want all that karma. Yeah, so it's, I mean, 25 strikes. I mean, that's a dragon, a great worm. But yeah, it is a cool little system that I enjoy and I wanted to get my teeth into, and I'm glad we did, and I look forward to playing more of it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was legitimately a lot of fun, because I feel like I don't have to worry about literally anything other than being the character.
Yeah. And I think it was in one of the videos that was like, if you really don't want to have to think too much or work too hard on the rules, or if you're all drinking beer.
Yes.
It's like, wait, we could do this while drinking. Even the DM could be drinking, I think.
Oh, yeah. The problem with drinking and playing tabletop is you forget what happened. I spent most of COVID playing a Curse of Strahd thing weekly because we didn't do anything else. And we drank heavily while playing. And the first conversation when reconvening each Friday was, what happened last week? I don't remember.
For those of you not from Wisconsin, welcome to the Wisconsin Primer.
Mm-hmm.
Voted the drunkest in 2022. Green Bay was voted the drunkest city in the United States. In 2023, it was voted the best place to live in the United States. Coincidence? And now we're getting a NFL draft. Oh boy,
That's crazy.
yes, it's gonna be fun.
Side note: I'm steering 100% clear of Lambeau Field on draft night.
I
Really?
don't have much of a choice.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm-
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
I'm
That's a couple
gonna
years old.
park my car probably at Bay Park and then walk my ass down there.
I'm gonna go park at Jeff's house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
closer
sure
than
that-
Bay Park.
Yeah, I remember going to a couple of games with you walking from
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's close this out. We are Two Nerds on Quest. We are here Sunday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Summer is a bit sketchy. Genius is out on stuff. I'm going to be out for 2 weekends because of vacation around the 4th of July. But, you know, we do what we can, and doesn't cost you a damn thing, so quit complaining. Support the show.
I think I'm out next week.
Next
Well,
week?
I'll be up north, so I might be able to partially join. If everybody else is in, then I'll do what I can to join.
All right, sounds good.
Otherwise, we'll continue this with.
Yeah, right. Support the show. Let other people know about it. Give us reviews, ratings, wherever you get your podcast from. Patreon.com/Two Nerds One Quest if you want to actually monetarily support us, or subscribe to the Twitch channel. You should follow the channel anyways to get notified when we go live. And every once in a while I do some other stuff on here as well, but mostly it's the D&D thing on Sunday mornings. Yeah, follow us wherever you can. Ratings, reviews, let other people know. Like I said, just the more support, the better, and the more fun we can have. bit.ly/OurFun Discord if you actually want to talk to us about things other than D&D or tabletop RPGs, Pathfinder, whatever. Yeah, music, movies, games. We talk about damn near everything. So, with that being said, for me, for Genius, for DMJC, and for the two, who are they again? The two people that aren't here this week? Oh man, I wish I could remember who they are.
Dumb and
next
Dumber.
week. Dumb and Dumber.
Rock and roll.
Harry and Lloyd.
Harry and Lloyd. That's right.
Jorge
Catch you
and
next
Krillin.
week.